It was a cool Friday evening. I was in the back seat of a yellow cab heading to a concert downtown when the driver struck up a conversation. "You into weird stuff?" he asked, his eyes catching mine briefly in the rearview mirror. "Weird stuff?" I laughed. "Depends on what you mean. You ever hear of the Mandela Effect?" I nodded. "You mean the thing where people misremember stuff? Like thinking Nelson Mandela died in the 80s? "Yeah, I've heard of it." His eyes lit up. "Nah, man, it's not just misremembering. That's what they want you to think. It's about parallel realities, shifting timelines, the whole universe messing with us. I should know. I came from another timeline. In 2016, I'm not from here. That caught my attention." "Wait, you're saying you're from a different timeline?" He nodded, gripping the steering wheel tightly. "It's hard to explain, but I swear to you, I woke up one day and this wasn't my world anymore. For a solid week, everything felt off. People I've known for years, my wife, my brother, they looked different. Not completely, but enough. My wife's tattoo on her wrist, in my reality, it was a butterfly. Here, it's some weird geometric design. My brother used to be stocky, now he's lanky. And don't even get me started on faces, jawlines, cheekbones, the way people carry themselves. It was like they were imposters of the people I knew." He chuckled nervously. "You probably think I'm crazy?" "Not yet," I replied. "Tell me more." He continued, "It wasn't just people. A lot of the world was the same, but little things, important things, were different. You know that fruit of the loom logo? The one with the cornucopia?" "Yeah," I said, "the fruit spilling out of that horn thing." "There's no cornucopia here," he exclaimed. "Look it up." "Well, in this reality it never existed, but I swear in my world it was always there." "And music." "Don't get me started on music. Lyrics to songs I knew by heart, are slightly different. In We Are the Champions by Queen, it used to end with "of the world," not here." I pulled out my phone and checked. Sure enough, the current fruit of the loom logo doesn't have a cornucopia, and the Queen song ends abruptly. "See," he said triumphantly. I asked him what he thought caused these shifts. "All right, hear me out," he said. "This isn't about time travel. It's not like some science fiction movie where someone goes back and changes history. This is about parallel realities. Scientists have already talked about quantum physics and how there are infinite potential realities, right? Well, when we do something catastrophic, like detonating nuclear weapons, it messes with the universe on an atomic level. Think about it. Nuclear explosions destroy atoms. What if that destruction collapses the boundaries between timelines? Imagine the true reality merging with potential ones. That's what causes the Mandela Effect." He mentioned a news article he'd read about changes in the atomic weight of certain elements being observed after nuclear testing. I looked it up later and found references to isotopic shifts in the wake of atomic explosions. To physicists, this is just a curiosity, one of those oddities of science, but to the driver it was evidence of reality itself being fractured. "You ever hear about the experiments they did with those nuclear tests in the 50s? He asked. "Supposedly, some scientists reported strange phenomena, time distortions, magnetic anomalies, even people feeling like they weren't themselves for days after. Of course, that's all classified now." I pressed him for more. "There's even a paper, I think by some European physicists, about how the destruction of matter creates quantum ripples. Those ripples, I think, are what merge timelines." The 2016 shift. The driver leaned back as we hit a red light. 2016, man. That's when I noticed it. It wasn't just me either. A lot of people online started noticing it around then. There were huge world events, elections, celebrity deaths, you name it. It felt like reality itself had hiccuped. Why 2016, I asked. Who knows? Maybe we detonated something we shouldn't have? Or maybe that's just when I slipped through. All I know is, for a while, I felt like I didn't belong here. The air smelled different. My memories didn't match up. But you know what? You get used to it, you adapt. What it means if true. I couldn't help but wonder aloud, if this is true, if nuclear explosions are collapsing timelines, what does that mean for the future? It means we're playing with fire, he said gravely. Every time we mess with the fabric of reality, we risk losing what's real. We risk merging into timelines where things are worse or better, who knows? But one thing's for sure, we'll never stop noticing the little cracks,